Fathers, what moment made your life fall apart? For me, it was finding that tiny sock under the couch exactly 1 year after Ellie disappeared. Just a small purple sock with unicorns on it, the match to the one they found at the lake. I'd been cleaning obsessively. Sarah said it was my way of coping. Moving furniture, scrubbing baseboards, anything to keep my hands busy so my mind wouldn't wander back to that day. The day I looked away for just 3 minutes. 3 minutes to answer a work call while my 4-year-old daughter played on the beach. 3 minutes that stretched into eternity. When I found that sock, I collapsed. It was like losing her all over again. I clutched it to my chest and howled, a sound I didn't recognize as human, let alone as coming from me. Sarah found me like that, curled around that tiny piece of fabric. "David," she whispered, kneeling beside me. "Oh, David." She didn't tell me to be strong, didn't remind me that the police said it wasn't my fault. She just held me while I broke into 1,000 pieces. After that day, Sarah started sleeping in the guest room, said she needed space to breathe. I understood. Looking at me must have been like looking at a walking reminder of everything we'd lost. "I don't blame you," she would say whenever we talked about it, but her eyes told a different story. 6 months later, she handed me divorce papers. "I can't do this anymore," she said, voice steady but hands trembling. "Every time I look at you, I see her. I see the lake. I see everything we lost. We could try counseling again," I suggested, knowing it was useless. We'd already been through 3 therapists. She shook her head. "I need to exist somewhere where I'm not just the mother of a missing child, where every neighbor doesn't look at me with pity, where I don't wake up reaching for a daughter who isn't there." I signed the papers. What else could I do? The house emptied out gradually. First Ellie's toys, donated to charity, then Sarah's clothes, then Sarah herself. I kept the sock, though, put it in a small box with Ellie's birth certificate and the seashells she found the day before she disappeared. The box lived on my nightstand, the first thing I saw every morning and the last thing I touched every night. 2 years after finding the sock, I got a call from Detective Ramirez. "Mr. Cooper, we found something. Can you come to the station?" My heart stopped. This was it. The call I'd been dreading and hoping for in equal measure. They'd found her body. I could finally bury my daughter. But when I walked into that sterile room, Ramirez wasn't alone. Next to him sat a small girl with a scar above her right eyebrow, just like the one Ellie got falling off the swing set when she was 3. "Daddy?" she said, uncertain. The world tilted. My knees gave out. 6 years old now, but unmistakably my Ellie. They explained it all. A disturbed woman who'd lost her own child, the cabin in the mountains, the neighbor who finally reported something suspicious, but I barely heard them. All I could focus on was her tiny hand in mine. Real, warm, alive. That night I called Sarah. "They found her," I said when she answered. Dead silence, then a choked sob. "Is she?" She couldn't finish the question. "She's alive, Sarah. Our baby is alive." 2 days later, Sarah stood in our old living room watching Ellie sleep on the couch. The moment that broke me also put me back together. "She still sleeps with one sock off," Sarah whispered, tears streaming down her face. I reached into my pocket and pulled out the purple unicorn sock. She might need this then. Sarah's fingers brushed mine as she took it, the first touch we'd shared in years.